the weather. Severe storms overnight causing flash flooding in parts of the Northeast with roads submerged, drivers rescued. Trevor Alt is on the scene for us in Connecticut. Good morning to you, Trevor.
Good morning, Robin. So this was some extreme flooding here. I mean, take a look at the damage left behind this morning. Behind me, you see a huge section of the road that was ripped away in these floods. We have this gas line that's exposed as so much of this road caved in. In fact, look behind me there in the trees. You see that? That's the hot tub from the house across the street that was brought over here by these powerful floods. We saw scenes like this play out all across Connecticut. At times, hundreds of vehicles and people who were stranded in the floods.
Overnight flash floods sweeping across the Northeast. These roads in Connecticut looking more like rivers with more than a foot of rain falling in parts of the state. Raging waters roaring past homes, sweeping away some cars.
There's a lot of washed out roadways. A lot of trees are falling. The soil's very loose and obviously wet.
In Oxford, rushing water surrounding a restaurant where several people took shelter.
All gone. Their fence got wrecked.
This is the worst I think I've ever seen.
At least 2 people missing overnight after they were swept away by the current. And more than 40 people were stranded at a campground after a bridge was washed out, cutting off their escape route. Rescuers rushing to save dozens of drivers trapped in the flooding. Watch as people come to the aid of a man and his dog after his car was stuck in the water. Meantime, powerful rain and flooding is also inundating New Jersey and New York, swallowing several cars, including this police SUV. The coastal flooding wreaking havoc on communities all along the eastern seaboard. In the Outer Banks of North Carolina, this home dragged off its foundation and into the ocean.
Go too wide then. Now, of course, we do know that here in Connecticut, there were some areas that got more than a foot of rain in just a few hours, and now there's a chance of more storms happening today with the severe weather moving further into the Northeast. There are some emergency crews that are out here so far this morning, but as you might imagine, this is not an easy cleanup.
Oh,
Robin?
No. Thinking of all that have been impacted, Trevor. Thank you. And, of course, the weather wreaking havoc on air travel all across the country. This is a live look at Newark Airport. You can see it is already extremely busy because more than 8,000 flights were delayed, 1,300 canceled on Sunday, and we're already seeing hundreds more this morning as more dangerous weather takes aim. Ginger, I know you have the latest forecast for us.
Yeah, no, that's the thing is Ernesto was separate, right? Like that was all the rip currents and the beach erosion, but this was just a front that was sat around too long, and that stationary front then had training thunderstorms on it, and there was a flash flood emergency just hours ago, even in Suffolk County, New York, on Long Island there, and so we've got pictures. This is just west of it in Northport, but look at this, Terryville, or the area there near Port Jeff, more than 10 inches and widespread. We had 2 to 4 inches, which is nothing to sneeze at. But up there in Connecticut, and that's the region, you can see it's north of New Haven, kind of southwest of Hartford. That's where you had 12 to even radar estimates of close to 15 inches of rain falling in just like 3 or 4 hours. So that's why you saw that flash flooding. The risk is still high, especially in parts of the Green and White Mountains down into Hartford again today. So Connecticut, beware. Worcester, Massachusetts, also in that elevated risk. There is the storm right now. That's Ernesto, totally separate. Right? And it strengthened after it went through Bermuda. The waters there are some 10 to 15 degrees above normal in the North Atlantic. So it's going to keep going out, but we'll still have rip current risk. Some beaches closed today.
Okay, Ginger, thanks for